Hello and welcome to the employment orientation for NSC employment team clients. In this video, you will learn about the policies of the employment team and how to succeed at work. Your case manager in the employment team will review your family's needs and determine which of NSC's two employment programs, Matching Grant or ERP, also known as Employment Readiness and Placement, will be best for you. Both programs offer job readiness training, pre- and post-employment assistance, including resume and CV building, interviewing tips and techniques, and assistance with completing job applications, escorts to interviews, and other assistance as necessary. For the Matching Grant program, clients must be placed in a job within 180 days or 6 months after their enrollment in the program. Financial, usually rental assistance, is provided, but the client assumes full responsibility for their housing after that time. Earned income is necessary. The program requires that the client must accept the first job offered to them by the employment team. For ERP, case management and employment services for refugees, asylees, victims of human trafficking, and special immigrant visa holders who have been in the U.S. for up to 5 years are eligible to enroll. Program success is based on job placement and retention. There is also the opportunity for job advancement. These are the employment documents you will be receiving in the coming days or may already have. The most important documents for employment are the Social Security card and the Pennsylvania State ID. You may also need your I-94 or your Employment Authorization document, also called the EAD. Make sure you keep these documents in a secure and safe place, as you will need them once you begin working. The NSC employment team defines success as getting and keeping any type of job, progressing to stable and non-seasonal employment, earning a livable wage, being satisfied with your job, staying motivated at work and in other areas of your life, working hard to achieve your goals, and having support from family and friends when it comes to your job. For Matching Grant clients, success is when a client has gainful employment within 180 days or 6 months of enrolling in the program, earning a livable wage such as the Pennsylvania minimum wage or higher, having a commute that is 1 hour and 15 minutes or less one way, and having 8 months or more of job retention. For ERP clients, success is when a client retains their job for 90 to 180 days, depending on the type of benefits the client is receiving. Success is also measured by being economically self-sufficient, meaning that the client can cover housing costs, bills, and basic needs. Additionally, clients are considered successful when they achieve professional development that can eventually lead to jobs beyond entry-level positions or promotions at their current job. It is important to begin working soon after arriving in the U.S. or enrolling in an employment program because it will lead to self-sufficiency. Working will help with increasing productivity and self-reliance. It will allow you to begin saving for the future, maintain your living expenses, and will help you build skills and work experience. It can also lead to professional development and advancement. Additionally, working can also improve your personal life. NSC's comprehensive services work with you to help you achieve stability in your lives during resettlement period and beyond. Stability is created by securing these 4 factors. 1, finding safe and adequate housing. 2, obtaining gainful employment. 3, treating physical and mental health needs. And 4, finding strong social and community support. The steps to employment are 1, to assess your work and English speaking skills. 2, identify possible jobs. 3, prepare your resume and cover letter. 4, apply for jobs online or in person by approaching employers. 5, begin the interview process. 6, follow up on interviews. 7, get hired and build skills. And 8, retain employment for at least 8 months to build American work history. The reality of your first job in the U.S. is that it will most likely be an entry-level job that pays you hourly. Many jobs start at the federal and state minimum wage, which is $7.25 per hour. You may have to travel 1 or more hours each way to work every day. You should be prepared to take multiple forms of transportation to get there. These include the train, bus, subway, walking, and other forms of transportation. Your work environment might be cold or it might be hot. You may have to do manual physical labor, including heavy lifting, bending, and standing for entire work shifts. You may also not have much choice in the hours you work. Typical shifts in the US are listed on this slide. Shifts are usually 8 hours long, and it is possible you will only get a break that is less than 30 minutes. Your schedule and weekly hours may fluctuate. Full-time hours are when someone works for 35 or more hours each week. Part-time is when someone works less than 35 hours a week. Remember, part-time hours are better than not working at all. This slide shows some of the common first jobs in the US. You might work in food packaging, in a warehouse, in light industrial or manufacturing positions, in retail, at a parking facility, in housekeeping and hospitality, or in the food service industry, including in restaurants. These are a few key things to remember in order to keep a job. Work should always come first. Make sure work takes precedence over all other activities. Schedule any necessary appointments on your day off from work. Do not call out or be late for work. It is not okay to be even a couple minutes late. If it is a true emergency, you must contact your supervisor immediately. At no time should you relay a message to your supervisor through a coworker or a friend. This is very unprofessional, and your coworker or friend could forget to tell your supervisor. Before starting your job or going to a job interview, you should know where you are going. Learn how to get to work or your job interview beforehand. Not knowing how to get somewhere is not an acceptable excuse for being late or not going to work. It is very unprofessional, and your employer will not be happy. You must report to work on time, and if your job requires a uniform or certain attire, you must wear the uniform or adhere to the company dress code. You should also have good hygiene and show up to work clean and looking put together. There is no excuse for not following these rules. It is very important that you follow the rules and policies of your employer. If you have any questions or do not understand a rule, ask your supervisor or contact the NSC employment team. You must always maintain clear communication with supervisors, managers, and coworkers. You must report any incident or issue to your immediate supervisor first. Contact the NSC employment team if needed. It is expected that once placed in a job, you keep that job for at least 8 months. You must be open and flexible. NSC does not have control over your work schedule or the rules at your job. The employer makes the rules and schedules, so be sure to follow them. Limited work availability will delay employment. It is always good to be open and flexible with your work schedule. Just because you like to stay up late and wake up at 10 a.m. does not mean your job will let you start working at noon. If your employer wants you at work at 8 a.m., it is your responsibility to be there on time, even if you went to bed at 2 a.m. As an employment team client, you must individually seek out potential jobs, apply for job listings via online applications, newspapers, personal contacts, or by visiting a job site in person. You must accept any reasonable job offers. This means the environment is safe and the commute is reasonable, meaning 1 hour and 15 minutes or less. You must also report your income to NSC staff in a timely manner. You must keep in continuous communication with the employment team. You must verify your job retention status when requested by an NSC employment team staff member, and you must maintain employment for 8 months before accepting other employment opportunities. You must immediately notify the employment team of any changes in your employment status. You must also review and follow all program guidelines and sanctioning policies. Job developers will explain these guidelines and sanctioning policies to you. If you have questions about them, you may contact the employment team. NSC's employment team is here to help you on your path to self-sufficiency. We look forward to speaking with you and working with you. Thank you. If you have any questions, you may reach out to the employment team. For more information and resources, you can go to the NSC Employment Team blog. The link to that blog is on this slide. You can also find the phone numbers and email addresses of the NSC Employment Team job developers. Thank you.